In May, we visited our favourite vineyard, Sevenhill, in the Clare Valley for a great gourmet week. A nice 2-hour drive north of Adelaide via the Horrocks Highway. We brought our Brompton electric folding bikes to cycle the extensive Riesling Trail. It goes past many of the vineyards, and it's a tremendous way of seeing the vineyards and tasting their wines. Established by the Jesuits in 1851, there's a cellar door, Jesuit retreat centre, and St Aloysius Church, surrounded by grapevines. This is the oldest vineyard in South Australia, and because most of the world's vines were destroyed in the 19th century by the phylloxera insect, these are some of the oldest vines in the world, over 150 years old. The country has been very dry for a long time, and it's May, so all the fruit has been picked. The vines are now losing their leaves, and it's got a real yellowish tinge to it. The grass is quite brown. As part of the Gourmet Week, 200 visitors enjoyed food, wine and music on the lawn in front of the cellar door. The vineyard still provides much of the altar wine for the Catholic Church in Southeast Asia and Oceania. I sought permission from the Jesuits to video the Sevenhill precinct. During their retreat in 1860, 2 Jesuit brothers built this dry stone building. Some of the original 1860s buildings are beyond repair. I'm particularly interested in the vines planted in 1851. These provide the Seven Brothers Shiraz, the signature wine. The Seven Brothers are the 7 Jesuit winemakers since 1850. 2006 and 2012 are this century's vintages. The vines are very low yielding and produce wine of intense flavour. All the stone for the buildings was locally quarried. The cellar door. Mary MacKillop, Australia's only homebred saint, travelled extensively. We've seen her pop up in many places in Australia. Meeting the winemaker. As members of the Slate Cellar, Sue and I enjoyed a tour, an in-depth tasting of the latest and the museum wines. The Jesuits dug the cellars out of the rock by hand, which must have been an incredible job. The liquor store had 2 locks, and the government official had to ride up from Adelaide to open one of the locks. A bond store, I guess. Example of an 1851 vine. We visited the crypt below the church, where the brothers have been interred. Brother John May, the last of the Jesuit winemakers, now retired, has his place booked. All the timber in the church, including the roof, was handmade by the brothers. This is a small example of the Sevenhill wines we have in our collection. They are superb wines and we love them. That's all. I hope you've enjoyed the video.